Under the Lights on CBS19 is sponsored by Bill Dickinson Chevrolet, Ultra Federal Credit Union, Baylor Scott and White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, the Back Nine, and Optimum.
Hello, East Texas, and welcome back into Under the Lights Late Night Edition. I'm Dan Millay.
And I'm Serenity Douglas.
We're so glad that y'all have stuck around with us here on the CBS 19 Plus app, whether it be your Roku or your Fire TV or your third option.
Yeah, or your phone.
Yes.
Because they do that now. But look, we had plenty of great games tonight, including our very own game of the week. It was Rockwall versus Tyler Legacy. And our Jimmy Searfoss is still out there to give us an update. Shout out to Jimmy. You're a real one, because Tyler Legacy, I'm sure that they are happy that you're at least out there covering them.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe not for this game, because this one ended up not in their favor pretty heavily on the one side for Rockwall. It's actually a pretty emotional night with seniors, and that being their last time out there. They were doing the senior night celebrations and everything like that. But this one did not go their way. The Tyler Legacy Singers ran onto Rose Stadium one last time in their careers against longtime rival and always tough Rockwall Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets marched down the field early, but the Red Raiders managed to keep it to a field goal. But early on in their drive, they go to hand off the ball, and where to go? Left, right? Camera couldn't find it, but Rockwall sure could. They got the ball back and got busy. Brett Rickard airs it out to Cameron Marsh, who beats his man and falls into the end zone for 6. Now Legacy gets the sling in it. Zach Davis tosses a screen to Micah Igaya, who makes a move, finds some open grass down the sideline before he cuts back, and the ball comes out, and Rockwall falls back onto it. Very next play from the line of scrimmage. Look at the senior taking off. That's Jameer Wilson going the long way home for another Yellow Jacket touchdown. And now Davis just said, forget it. Zay Hood out there somewhere, and he was, with one of the best catches you'll see all week. This was a huge pickup for the Red Raiders, and just a few plays later, Micah Pearson punches it into the end zone. Get Legacy right back into this game. Yeah, this one not going in Tyler Legacy's favor. And you know what? Tally me onto that emotional list, because I did not get my $1 hot dog. I hauled all the way down there. You ever seen a grown man run for a hot dog? Well, everyone in attendance here saw me run for a hot dog. They were out by the time I got there. Tyler Legacy lost this one 63-27.
Jimmy, I'm so sorry that you were not able to get one of those $1 hot dogs. Maybe next time, because, you know, we still have the playoffs to go through, plenty, but that is definitely a tough loss from Tyler Legacy. We got to talk about how these Dallas teams have kind of been hurting these deep East Texas teams this season.
Yeah, and we've seen it all season long with Texas High in particular. I mean, they've just been a wrecking ball here in East Texas. But, yeah, Rockwall continues that trend tonight.
Absolutely. Now, Dan, our Under the Lights kickoff show from 6:30, we were live at Overton High School for a two-way showcase.
You're absolutely right. And at our kickoff show, it was 5-2 Overton hosting 5-2 Alto. No time to waste. Overton receives the opening kickoff here. Jacob Osborne makes the catch. He's going to bob. He's going to weave. He's going to keep those legs chugging. That man's gone. And after the extra point, the Mustangs are immediately up 7-0 out of the gate. But y'all, make sure you're watching here. Alto responds right back at the goal line. Camden Allman hands it to Anthony Battle. He shoots up the middle for the touchdown. We're going back and forth. We're all tied at 7. Far from done, though. Allman lets it fly. He finds Jamarion Rollins. The senior speeds past 2 defenders, eventually taken down, but not before getting into the end zone and putting Alto up. Here's Overton now. They respond. QB Bryce Stills hits Jaden Edwards on the short route to make it 14-13 Mustangs, thanks to a missed extra point from Alto. Keep paying attention, y'all. Here's Allman once again. He airs it out to Tim Bond for another score. And if y'all like back and forth action, this game was for you. We're still scoring tutties. This time Overton responds with the run from sophomore Gabe Miller, and that put the Mustangs up 21-20. And that was just at the beginning of the second quarter, and we see the final score here. Overton ended up taking that one. 58-34 was the final.
Wow, now like I said, big playoff implications are on the line for these two teams. So, I mean, they both came in 5-2, but somebody was leaving 5-3. And it looks like it was going to be the Alto Yellow Jackets for this one. That's a tough one. But look, let's keep on moving right along. Jacksonville cheer and band doing the tomahawk, trying to get the Indians going as they trail 14-8. Now, Tigers with the ball. That's Carter Cook. He's the quarterback keeper. He's going to break through the middle for a nice little first down. Mount Pleasant is known for that. Now, Cook looks deep for a pass. That's the corner Dorian Thompson. He goes up for the nice catch, comes down in the goal line, so you know what that makes it? A touchdown. Now Cook, he hands it off to Tony Grant, who spins it in for an easy touchdown, making it 20-8 for the Tigers. Jacksonville's ball, wanting to keep the game in reach. That's Drew Dials. He dials back, and he's going to pass it, but it's intercepted, unfortunately, by Dorian Thompson, who just had that awesome catch. Now the Tigers are looking to put this one up further. A quick pass out and another touchdown for the Tigers, making it 27-8. Indians trying once again. Now Dials, he's back. He's going to go ahead and throw it far to Shane Watkins, and it looks like it will be intercepted. Now the Tigers ball, fourth quarter, that's Cook. He rolls out unbalanced, throws out to B.J. Brannon for the deep touchdown, making it 34-8 for the Tigers. 41-8, and that will be the final. Absolutely. Domination is the name of the game, Dan.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to head over to Maybank versus Lindale now. Let's check out a little halftime entertainment from the Lindale band as their Eagles lead the Maybank Panthers 15-0 at the half. Eagles' first drive of the second half. QB David Lindig fakes the handoff, turns and tosses to Hayden Nation, gets pushed inside the 10-yard line, I should say. Next play, Lindig hands the ball to Caleb Hart. He bowls his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point would be good, and that would put Lindale up 22-0 over Maybank. Fans are raising from the grave to celebrate. Maybank having some trouble here moving the ball, but on 4th and 9, deep in their own territory, Hunter Neighbors runs the fake for the first down, but they eventually punt, and back on the Eagles as Lindig throws a frozen rope to Jared Johnson, who makes a nice spin move to get a few more yards, got them dancing on the sidelines. And a few plays later, Lindig this time, wide open Reed Carnathan for the touchdown. Extra points good. Lindale Eagles take a 29-0 lead over the Maybank Panthers. And they pitched a shutout. Lindale takes that one 36-0 over Maybank.
All right, we love a shutout, but Dan, we still got plenty more highlights to go because, like I said, Beast Texas never sleeps. They were out there playing and clawing, and I'm super excited to see the rest of those highlights.
Yeah, they're not sleeping, neither are we.
Nope, not at all. Stick around.
Welcome back, y'all, to Under the Lights Late Night Edition. Dan Millay and Serenity Douglas making sure that y'all are all caught up on the happenings here in Beast, Texas.
Absolutely. Now we got to toss it out to the 9-time state champions because they have been on a revenge tour ever since week 1 when they got their first loss. The Carthage Bulldogs, they took on Bullard tonight, and they were at home to face Bullard. Already at 7-0, and let's call it the KJ Edwards highlights reel. He bounces this one to the outside, finally out of bounds, pass to the 20. KJ Edwards is just that guy. And then that's Jet Surratt, coach's kid. He swings out to who? Edwards. He follows his blockers for a score. It's going to be 14-0. Jet Surratt and KJ Edwards have been playing together since middle school, so that chemistry has always just been there. But off to the second. This drive started on their own one. It's Edwards. He's capping it off with this 20-yard touchdown scrambler. A 99-yard drive to make it 21-0 for the Bulldogs. Now their next drive starts at their own 10. It doesn't matter though, because Edwards is capping it off once again with some fancy footwork and another touchdown for him as the Bulldogs roll. Now KJ Edwards is still pretty young, but I'm interested to see where he goes to college. 55-0 over Bullard. Like I said, Carthage has just been on a revenge tour ever since they got that fluke of a loss in week 1, really.
Yeah, the loss surprises you. Games like this really don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to move it to Gilmer versus Pleasant Grove. Coin toss between the two teams here. Hawks would get the ball first. We're all looking there. 3rd and long here. Jarrett Halter at quarterback. Pass to Camden Harris. First down, Pleasant Grove around midfield. A little later on in the drive, Halter pass to Harris. Catch and run. Breaks a tackle, and he scores. Pleasant Grove leads it 7-0. Huge play there. We're going to move it, keep moving ahead though. PG, fans are loving it first. PG looking for more. Jared Halter, pump fake, pass across the middle, but that's picked off by Brandon Webb. Short return doesn't lead to points for the Buckeyes. We're inside 2 minutes here in the first quarter. But we're going to see a little later on, same possession, or I should say back to possession for them. Jared Halter, handoff to Nick Bells. Bring him up for 6, y'all. Touchdown, Pleasant Grove. 14-0 Hawks, and we're still in the first quarter. On the other side now, we're going to see it here after the flag bearer makes his presence known. First quarter still, Brady McCown back to pass pressure. Lance Jackson and Jalen Foster combined for the sack. That would lead to a punt from Gilmer. So still nothing doing on offense for them. Second quarter now, Jared Halter delayed handoff to Brody Watts. Tyler Hagler, he forces the fumble, recovered by the Buckeyes. So a little momentum play there. Maybe Buckeyes starting to get some of it. They start the drive in Hawks territory. Brady McCown pass to Brandon Webb. Down the sideline, refs rule him out of bounds inside the 20, and that would lead to a Gilmer field goal. Pleasant Grove still up 14-3 at the half. And they kept it strong. I mean, we talked about, well, we didn't talk about it, but Gilmer was the team who took down Carthage. And just looking at this score now, that was Kilgore, I apologize. But looking at the score now, Gilmer's just had a bit of a down year. They lose this one to Pleasant Grove 27-10.
Now, Dan, you might be thinking of last year. Gilmer did take down Carthage, and they ultimately ended up winning state and are the reason why Carthage did not go to the state championship. But it's tough to see Gilmer have games like this. Only 10 points, that's a tough one. But Pleasant Grove, the Hawks, they have always been known for being one of the tougher Texarkana teams, just like Texas High. But let's keep on moving right along. In the first quarter, that's Tatum. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and see them run out. It's going to be Tatum versus Atlanta. But in the first quarter, Tatum, they fumble the ball, and Atlanta will recover it. Not a good place to start off for the Eagles at all. But a few plays later, Atlanta, that's Markeelan Batten. He breaks loose on the long run down the field. It looks like he has a house call to make. And that's exactly what he does. He was lifting his knees there. I bet he runs track for sure for a nice little touchdown. Now it's 6-0 for Atlanta, the Rabbits. Now Atlanta's next possession, that's quarterback. He passes it out to Cravion Range for a long pass. A nice rangy pass. He's like, who's him? I'm him. Then Atlanta, that's bad. And he makes a run around the left side for yet another touchdown. It would be 14-0 for the Atlanta Rabbits. Tatum struggled in this game, and Atlanta was the one who's going to take it 42-7.
Well, we're going to check out an undefeated team here, New Diana versus Buffalo. The undefeated New Diana Eagles taking on those Buffalo Bisons. We're going to join this one in the third quarter. And y'all check this out. Davon Maps gets the pitch. He's going to work to his left, sees defenders, and switches direction. Now he works his way to the right sideline. He's going to make one man miss, has blockers in front of him, makes another man miss, and walks into the end zone untouched. Y'all, what a huge play for the Eagles. That put New Diana up, 56-0 in the third quarter. But y'all, just wait. They were not done. Can you take me high? That's what Steve was saying. They weren't done. Bison punting from inside their own end zone. It's going to take a one-hopper to return man Dejon Johnson. He avoids a tackle, makes another miss, and then it is off to the races. That would extend New Diana's lead. Y'all, score now 63-0. Repeat, 63-0, New Diana. The cheerleaders obviously loving it. Bison looking to put some points on the board. That's Daryl O'Shea who gets the handoff, shows off his speed, works towards the sideline. Eventually he's going to get pushed, but he would stay in bounds. He's only got one man to beat, but he gets dropped just short of the end zone. Bison is not able to turn that big play into any points. It would be a turnover on downs. And right here, New Diana putting a beat down on Buffalo.
Wow.
And y'all,
this
y'all
is
have
our
seen it.
first 80-pointer.
84-0.
84-0. Man, I am excited to see the New Diana Eagles face off with the Malakoff Tigers this season, because Malakoff is sitting at number 1 in the Fab 15 and New Diana at number 2. Coach Jason Pitts is doing something right, Dan, because oh my goodness, at what point do you put in like the third string? Or maybe like you stop scoring points. You know, you've seen that in college. Like, let's not do that, you guys. But they just didn't care.
No, and I mean, they've got the personnel, and we're going back to last week now. They were our game of the week last week, and Jimmy got some sound with Coach Pitts. And I mean, just something I talked about last week. I just thought it was so awesome the way he talked about, you know, before he joined the program, they had 25 kids. And then since he's gone on board, you know, that number has grown exponentially. So they have the second stringers, they have the third stringers. They're a deep team and clearly a good team.
Absolutely. Let's talk about culture, and that's exactly what he's building. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break because we have some top plays for you guys right after the break. So stick around.
Under the Lights on CBS19 is sponsored by Bill Dickinson Chevrolet, Ultra Federal Credit Union, Baylor Scott and White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, the Back 9, and Optimum.
Hello, East Texas, and welcome back into Under the Lights. We're not done just yet. We have some top plays to look forward to. We also have a score update for this very crazy East Texas high school football night. So make sure you guys are just tuning in, getting your pen and paper out for those score updates. But we got to get into our top plays, Dan.
It's the best part of the week. It's just I can't wait. We got to move it. We got to move it. All right. Following the onside kick, this is from Liberty Ilo. 4th and 10. Trip Basinger looking for the end zone once again, and he's going to find a receiver in DeQuain Bravo, who strong arms the defender into the end zone.
All right, and this one is from Westwood. This is Westwood's Bryant with a nice toss out to John Denman. Lions try to knock him off, but it's no good. Denman ends up running right into the end zone all the way on that corner, but he stayed inbounds for a Panther touchdown.
Our kickoff show game now. Overton receiving the opening kickoff here, and it's going to be Jacob Osborne down there making that catch. He'll bob, he'll weave. He's going to keep those legs turning. That man's gone. And after the extra point, that put the Mustangs up 7-0 right out the gate. And of course, they would go on to take this game.
And this one is from Chapel Hill versus Pine Tree. That's Chapel Hill's quarterback, Malik G. He tosses it out to Malik Brown, and Brown is going to take this one all the way to the house, and he's only a sophomore, so wait to see his teammates congratulating him. They're so proud of him. That was a perfectly executed play.
I love that. You got to celebrate a top play. But to New Diana now, Davion Maps gets the pitch. He's going to work to his left, sees defenders, and he's going to switch directions and work his way to the right sideline now, making one man miss, got blockers in front of him, makes another man miss, and here he just walks into the end zone untouched. Man, what a play by Maps.
And that one's from New Diana, so they 84 points. Now to West Crust, after no points were put up in the first quarter, that's Cole Jackson. He finds the hole and pretty much just dives into for a Raiders touchdown. Beautiful, just beautiful.
Diving in head first. Out in Winona, Harps quarterback Thomas McKelvey hands the ball to Josh Smith, cut through the hole, then crosses the field, and he's pulled down just short of the end zone, a 35-yard run. That would set up a touchdown.
Man, which one? I'm trying to think of a favorite.
I'm biased. I shot the Overton one. I thought
that one was pretty cool.
That one.
Okay, you know, that one was pretty cool.
Disingenuous to say that one.
Okay, I kind of want to say, let's go ahead and say Westwood. The Westwood one, Mr. Bryan and Mr. John Denman. After everything that happened with Westwood, and they were able to come out with the win, John Denman looked great, especially just going up that sidelines and staying in bounds. But look, now we got to take a look at all of the biggest top scores from a very, very busy night of football. Now we got some teams that are still going, and we're going to get into that one. Now Rockwall and Tyler Legacy, they were our game of the week. 63-21, a Dallas team took down Tyler. Now Alto versus Overton, the Mustangs took that one 58-34. And then Pine Tree and Chapel Hill, as you can see, it was a very low-scoring game because the defense was on tonight. Pine Tree took that one on Chapel Hill's turf. And then Troop versus West Russ. Troop took that one very close. Actually, they're in overtime. Fourth overtime. They went into 5 overtimes. Correction, thank you, in the booth. 5 overtimes. And it was Troop who won that one 25-23. Wow, what a crazy night for them.
Yeah, that is insane. ARP beat Winona 54-28. Liberty Ilo took down White Oak 72-20. You know, man, I did not see that one coming. Athens took down Rusk 48-9 and rounded it out. Carthage, they took care of business, taking care of Boulder 55-zip.
Absolutely. Now, as we get close to the end of the show, let's talk about our future plans for our Under the Lights kickoff show, for our game of the week. We have plenty to look excited for. So where are we going to be? Drum roll, please. Where are we going to be? We're going to be at Pine Tree as they're going to be taking on the Lindale Eagles. Now, like we said, Pine Tree just got the win over Chapel Hill, and that was a big win for them, 20-14, very low scoring. The defense was there tonight. Now, Lindale, they actually shut out their opponent, so they're both coming off of wins, and that's going to be a good one. So make sure you guys are tuning in on Friday for the 6:30 Under the Lights kickoff show, and tune in at 10 p.m. for all of those highlights.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to that. Pine Tree's been a great story this year. You know, I got to get with Coach Jason Bachman way earlier in the year, and we got a little coffee together, had a little conversation. So he talked about, you know, kind of building this program that's not one of these historic East Texas programs, but, you know, maybe trying to turn it into that. So excited to see them next week. Absolutely, especially being in a new district. It looks like they are faring up just fine. But thank you so much for joining us for Under the Lights. We will see you again next week, and have a good night.